Cities that are home to the most billionaires.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Titanic. I'm your host, Alexa.
14. Hangzhou, China. Hangzhou has enjoyed growth in the innovation and tech industry, so those falling into the high net worth population has increased by 25% in the past 5 years. Those falling into the billionaire category is on the rise. Currently, there are 31 billionaires in the metropolitan capital. Currently, in Hangzhou, there are 26 unicorn tech companies valued at $1 billion or more. One such local billionaire based in Hangzhou is Jack Ma, the founder of Alibaba, named the richest man in China after Alibaba was valued at $25 billion. 13. Istanbul, Turkey. Recently, Istanbul lost a few billionaires due to the currency depreciating against the dollar, but the city still sparkles with plenty of high flyers in the billionaire range. The most expensive district is Besiktas in Sarıyer, providing luxury living and boasting glitzy entertainment and penthouse parties for the rich and famous. It's no doubt the 32 billionaires call it home. The richest person in Turkey is Emin Karamemet, owner of the largest mobile phone company in Turkey, with a personal wealth of $4.3 billion. 12. Sao Paulo, Brazil. Sao Paulo is the most populous city in the world and is home to 33 billionaires. The ultra-rich tend to settle in the luxury homes and the exclusive beach havens of the Santos area. Jorge Paulo Lemann is one of the local Sao Paulo billionaires with an estimated personal value of $27.5 billion. He made his fortune with a shrewd investment style and an appetite for taking over brands. Some of the well-known brands he holds the key to are Kraft, Burger King, Tim Hortons, and Heinz. 11. Shenzhen, China. Shenzhen was zoned as a special economic zone in the economic reforms in China in the 80s. This led to economic and tourism growth, making Shenzhen a hub for both industries. The tech industry, in particular, has been a major contributor to the rising wealth in the city, making Shenzhen one of the top 5 cities in the world with the most expensive housing. Property might be expensive for some, but for the 37 billionaires that call it home, it's a drop in the ocean. These billionaires can all boast self-made status with a string of novel tech innovations. One such billionaire is Frank Wang, who founded the DJI drone brand from his college dorm room. 10. Mumbai, India. The imbalance in Mumbai is stark. The city landscape moves from half the population crammed into slums to high-rise buildings housing many of the wealthiest residents. The divide between the haves and have-nots is emphasized by the tendency of the elite to show off their wealth. Lavish parties, luxury cars, and extravagant celebrations flaunt the excessive wealth of the 38 billionaires in Mumbai. The wealthiest person in Mumbai is the oil and gas heir Mukesh Ambani, with a net worth of $51.4 billion. He resides in a 27-story palace that cost him $1 billion to construct, possibly the most expensive residence in the entire world. He also paid for the second costliest wedding, a week-long affair that he hosted for his daughter. It cost $100 million, coming in behind the late Princess Diana and Prince Charles' wedding, which is estimated to have cost $110 million in today's monetary value. 9. Dubai, United Arab Emirates. The number of high net worth individuals in Dubai is on a steady rise, with an increase of 60% to the high flyers population expected by 2026. Most of the wealthy can be found in the affluent neighborhood of the Dubai Marina, near leisure complexes, with white sandy beaches and plenty of alfresco dining to be seen. The large man-made marine is full of luxury private yachts, and there are plenty of activities nearby for the adrenaline junkie, like skydiving or jet skiing. It's a literal playground for the well-heeled member of the UAE. The wealth in the region has been accumulated by the oil-rich economy. One of the most noteworthy billionaires is Majid Al Futtaim. He is ranked as the richest person in Dubai with a net worth of $6.1 billion. Ironically, his wealth is not directly in oil, but rather from a retail and entertainment conglomerate he founded in 1992. 8. Los Angeles, USA. Tinseltown is home to many rich and famous Hollywood types, and the entertainment industry has certainly brought home the bacon for many in the city of the silver screen. But there are many Los Angeles-based billionaires that made their fortunes in everything, from the highly competitive real estate market to finance and even the new startup boom in the tech valley of LA, known affectionately as Silicon Beach. Tech companies are huddling together in the warmer climate of the LA coastline from LAX to Santa Monica in what is fast becoming a laid-back tech hive. Startups you will recognize from the area include Snapchat, which started in Venice Beach. Even Tinder began the right swipe revolution from the sunny shores of LA. One of the most famous LA-based billionaires is Elon Musk, the spunky tech businessman who started with PayPal and then moved on to found Tesla and is now shaking up space travel with SpaceX and revolutionizing transportation with the Hyperloop that will eventually link LA to San Francisco by a 30-minute train ride. But Musk is ideally situated in the city of sunshine for one of his main moneymakers, Solar City, a company he owns that installs solar power systems to homeowners and businesses. 7. Singapore, Southeast Asia. On the crammed island of Singapore, just owning a house is the ultimate status symbol, and billionaires put down millions just to own one of the few single-family homes in the quiet suburbs of Holland Village and Orchard Road. Do note, Singapore is the only city island nation in the world, which they are very proud of. One of the residents of Singapore listed as the wealthiest person on the island is Zhang Yang, with an impressive net worth of $13.8 billion. It's impressive because the wealth stems from hot pot restaurants. The most unassuming of restaurants, not burgers or fried chicken, but the much-loved hot pot chain Hai Di Lao, a huge hit in China, South Korea, Japan, United States, and obviously Singapore. In 2018, they rang the bell and went public with 500 stores and $17 billion in sales. 6. Beijing, China. In Beijing, the wealthy look for traditional accommodation, creating a high demand for Chinese-style homes in the luxury real estate market. And with billionaires in the city having an accumulated wealth of $193.3 billion, that is a pretty elite market indeed. The most lucrative markets in Beijing are real estate and tech, which can be shown in the wealth of the richest individuals of the city. The richest person in Beijing is commercial real estate titan Wang Jianlin, with a net worth of $22.6 billion. But more impressive is the billionaire in second place, Zhang Yiming, who shot up from 13th on the list to number 2 in just a year. Yiming is only 35 years old, and ByteDance, his $75 billion internet startup, is a content creation hub that has exploded since it launched in 2012. 5. London, UK. London is loaded with old money, but it turns out not only Buckingham Palace is holding the fortune. Near to the royals' residence in Kensington Palace Gardens, stately homes of the elite, also known as Billionaires Boulevard, take center stage. The average abode here goes for about $53 million, but keys have changed hands for as much as $260 million. One of the newcomers to the billionaire club is self-starter Jim Ratcliffe, whose rags to riches stories will warm your heart. Ratcliffe, who has a net worth of £21 billion and rapidly rising, is the owner of the INEOS, the largest chemical company in the world. What makes the story so special is his modest upbringing in a council house in the outskirts of Manchester. He chose industry as his career, and he is the first British-born industrialist to ever top the billionaires list. 4. Moscow, Russia. Before we head to the top 3, the Eastern European and their European old money get a place on the rankings as home to the 4th largest population of billionaires in a single city. The richest billionaire in the city is Leonid Mikhelson, CEO of the gas giant Novatek. He has an estimated net worth of $24 billion. Some of the billionaires have a bit of a colorful track record, with 5 of them sanctioned by the U.S. Treasury in April of 2018. From election meddling to money laundering, there might be a drop-off of Moscow-based billionaires based on these findings. 3. San Francisco, USA. Silicon Valley could be named Diamond Valley with the vast wealth that Palo Alto has amassed through the tech industry in the area. The numbers are even increasing as more and more tech startups go public and increase in value. It is thought this number might actually be higher, as many of the billionaires do not live strictly within the city limits of San Francisco, so they might not have been netted in these numbers. Some of the noteworthy billionaires include Dustin Moskovitz and Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook fame. 2. Hong Kong, Special Administrative Region. You will spot the homes of Hong Kong's billionaires if you ever wander around the secluded neighborhoods like The Peak, but don't expect to get a private audience with them, as they are tucked away in mansions with very tight security. They have a net worth of $355.5 billion to splash around, so it's no wonder there are 83 Michelin restaurants to enjoy in the city, and a popular pastime among the elite is betting on horse racing. The government have tight control of supply in the housing market, and housing prices have quadrupled since the Great Recession. This has created a ripe market for property developers to milk the real estate market, and it's where a large portion of the local billionaires' wealth originates. It seems a property price correction is imminent, so it might be time these billionaires cash in their chips. Have you ever visited any of these incredibly wealthy cities? Let me know about it in the comments below. 1. New York, USA. The Big Apple is home to the most billionaires than any city in the world. Collectively, they have netted a fortune of $469.7 billion. The wealth in New York was traditionally based in finance, but the property market is also big money. One of the city's most famous landlords now resides in the White House, but there are plenty of property magnates enjoying the spoils of Manhattan. There are several New York natives that remain on the billionaires list, like Estee Lauder heir Ronald Lauder, Highbridge Capital co-founder Henry Sfitza, and Stephen Roth, whose real estate company, Vornado, owns 70% of Trump's skyscraper. The wealthiest person in Manhattan is media magnate Michael Bloomberg, with $55.5 billion banked